Right, we're here with the Zwift Racing League Redline Rally-Open Navy in League Division 3 C. And I'm racing for Team Connor for GCN, and this is the 6th race in the round. Basically, set off away today to get the pace as high as we could from the gun, so I'm going to try and take it out as hard as I can. And I pushed on from the beginning, trying to keep out the front, and as soon as it slowed down I was going to go again, hopefully get to Northumberland Avenue, which I think it's going to be now. We're flying up there and cracking on. Though I'm not at the front all the time, I am kind of like in the top 20 and having little micro rests and then moving forward again. As soon as the pace drops off, I take it on again and I'm off the front there for a little while. Going quite hard, a lot harder than I normally do, because I normally try to sit in and rest as best I can, but that's the way the race is going to go. And then there's one big climb in the middle. So the climb in the middle is Leith Hill, which is quite a hard climb for people of my size and power. And this is just me. We're on the flat section prior to the climb. You can see that in the top right hand corner. The group's coming past us now. I think I'm averaging 2.8 watts per kilo, which for me is the maximum I can more or less do. And I think I'm going to take it off the front again here, because it just seems to slow down again a little bit, and we want to try and keep it high so it makes the climb hard for everybody. There's two of the lads in with us here, Andre and Rafa, who are under orders not to go off the front, and I'll do all the pulling, and then they can they're a little better climbers than me, and they can give it a kick on the big climb that you can see in the top right hand corner and hopefully get away. Historically, over the last couple of races, there's been 3 or 4 teams that are just 3 minutes quicker than everybody else, but to be fair, they've normally dropped us by now, and we normally formed our own group. Bear in mind we're about a quarter of the way through the race and we're still in the front group, and I'm here off the front, just trying to drag out as best I can. What am I doing there? Well, I'm doing about 3 watts per kilo, but I'm getting caught again, and I'm just sitting and rest a little bit. And now it's just gone back to normal speed, and again I'll just rest a little bit longer and then we'll pick it up in a bit. So normally we've been racing against a team that finishes either in front of us or behind us, which is the Navy. And it's around about here that we kind of realised the Navy aren't in this week's race. I was kind of thinking they were maybe in the group back from us, but when I was looking, there was nobody with their jersey on. It's quite distinctive, it's a good jersey. So I'm just pushing on again here with the kind of wanting to get to the bottom of the hill, and then I'll just go up the hill at my own sort of pace, or as good as I can. And then Rafa and Andre were going to go on the second part of the hill. Leith Hill doesn't start until halfway up the climb in the right hand corner, and it goes in 2 sections, so they were going to try and kick on the second section and get away, and then there's a bit of a descent into the finish. So again, I'm just trying to push on here, and so the other teams can't rest. But it's round about now where I kind of pick up that the Navy aren't, for whatever reason, they haven't turned up today, they're not here. So that was our main goal, because the teams ahead of us are too far ahead of us, and they are the stronger teams. So we are basically racing the Navy for maybe 4th or 5th place, which made it interesting. But now I think we've kind of realised, or I've definitely realised now, the Navy aren't going to be against us today. And we are just approaching the climb up to Leith Hill. So I'm starting to get position at the back, to see how I can get up there, and where I get to on this will be the next bit. So that's just the start of the climb now. the climb up, and I'm in 29th place out of 42 riders. So I think our plans more or less worked as we thought it would, or we hoped it would, to get us to that location, and it's been quite a kick on to there. I'm averaging 2.67, you can see that in the left hand side, the average power to this point. So we'll see how the climb goes. So we're on the climb up now to Leith Hill, and I think I started 29th position. It's got me sitting 26th there, strung out at the back, and I'm going to try and hold around about 2.8 to 3 watts per kilo up here. Bearing in mind my legs are screaming at us, and I'm 149 heart rate, which for me is at my upper sort of limit of it all. It goes up in lumps, so I'm still in the big ring. I'm in gear 14, and I'm just trying to sit in and get a nice rhythm, and then I'll try and latch onto these riders ahead of us and see where I can get to. So I'm going to class myself as being 28th now, even though I've got the 27th, and you've got a Hickman in front of me, so I'm going to sort of like use this rider who's just come past us as a bit of pace and try and sit in their draft, because it is draftable on the way up, and then I'll just hold what I can. I try to go a little bit harder on the orange sections and a little bit less on the yellow and blue, just to sort of rest your legs. Speed is, I think you can see there, 30 mile an hour. So Hickman's gotten away from us, so the thing is not to put too much wattage in and blow up. It's best to just try and stay as even as you can and not go too much into your red. You can see the graph at the bottom sort of gives you an idea of your wattage. So the red's obviously high watts, and the blue and the grey is less. So I'm just sitting on him now and making a decision to try and get my heart rate down a bit. Still more or less where I sort of, I haven't moved up or down, 28th position. And if you look at the climb on the map on the right hand, on top right hand corner, we still haven't got to Leith Hill. We're on the hill, but Leith Hill doesn't start for a little bit further up. There'll be like a marker post at the side as we go through it. So I think Maguire is sitting on me a bit now, and we'll kind of work as a bit of a team, dragging each other up. Although he's a couple of seconds behind, it's not really a lot. But we'll see who we get to. I'm concentrating on Hickman, who is 11 seconds ahead of us. Then again, I'm still scanning the thing to see the list at the right hand side to see if the Navy are there, and again I'm not seeing them. Although I'm a bit starved of oxygen, I am becoming I am starting to realise that the Navy aren't with us. So my main focus now is to try and get as many positions higher as I can, because all the points are on the finish line. So it's better to finish 27th than 29th, would be the best way of putting that. Hickman is again just 10 seconds ahead of us, and I'm just focusing on keeping myself going. You can see my watts per kilo, which is essentially how quick you can ride, is in the top left hand side under the main watts. It's 2.4, 2.6 now. It's surprising that when you do stand up on your trainer in the carriage, your little avatar more or less stands up as well. So you can see when you're sort of like stretching your legs out. And I am starting to catch Hickman now, but again, it's best to just do it slowly. And that marker there is the start of Leith Hill, and it pops up on the left hand side just to tell you what your times were. Over the last couple of days, I've only done it once, and it was particularly difficult because I thought I was on another hill. I thought I'd taken the wrong turn in Zwift, if it was possible. So I can see the two ahead of us now, Jolly and Hickman, and I'm thinking to myself, if I can catch them for this steep section that's coming up, you can just see in the red in the middle, it's going to start climbing up a bit. Your percentages are on the right hand corner, so it's 7%. So I don't really want to be passing these if I can help it. You can still get a little bit of a draft off them. I think Jolly is a bit stronger than Hickman, but again they'll want to sit on me as well a little bit. So we're going over this red segment, and it's a bit of a stalemate. 25th there, back to 26th as Jolly passes us, and then I'll just try and sit in and manage my effort. So the lighter orange section with the yellow in that we're just approaching now, it is about halfway up, and there's quite a lot of brickwork and walls on the side there, and that's another marker for your mind to say, well, you're halfway up. It's kind of mind over matter. The worst thing is that when you get to this bit, you can see it kicks up again afterwards, which is quite demoralising. But from the map in the right hand corner, you can see that you're almost at the top. The little orange arrow on the hill, it's filling in green, it lets you know where you're at. And I'm at 25th, so I've got maybe, I think I started 29th or 28th, so I've made a few places up. And Jolly looks to be a better climber than me, but again I've caught them, so they're going off. I'm trying to match their power as best I can, but I don't want to absolutely spike my power and then blow up. So I'm tracking them. I'm actually thinking, oh, they've gone now. They've left me. And Hickman's been sat on me. And again, he'll come past, I think. Maybe because they're wanting to get to the line, obviously quicker than me. And as you can see there, there's one little, it flattens off a little bit. We're at 11% at the moment, which is quite steep. And then it's going to flatten off, it'll go again. From recollection, it tells you at the top there, it does tell you at some point, that last bit there is only a couple of 100 metres. So it's, if you're going to go, that's when you can close a bit of a gap. And I think that's what I think I'm going to do. I'll set my mind that I'm going to have a little breather on that bit and then go and try and catch these two, because the blue bit is sort of a downhill, and then I know it is a downhill descent towards the finish, so it's best to be in a group. We put a bit more of an effort in here, up to 3.4 watts per kilo, just to catch them up, because you find that when you get to the top of these climbs, you can barely pedal when you get to the top, and your body's saying, oh, stop pedaling, you're knackered, and all you want to do is get over the top and stop pedaling. So you can lose a lot of places at the very top, having dug in to keep yourself somewhere near where you want to be. You can your mind plays tricks with you and you can stop. So that's the banner, and we threw the banner 26th place. Let's put a bit of a spurt in. Jolly's dropped his. You get an anvil power up on that one, which you can use on the descent, and away we go. Away we go, and then we'll cover the descent in a second. Right, so on the descent, and I managed to give it a kick. Hickman's behind me, Jolly's behind him, and I'm on the descent now, and I've managed to get into the super tuck, and I'm going to use that to the best of my ability to get away from them two if I can. I've got Dunning, who's 5 seconds ahead. You can see on the map that I think I'm going to catch them as well. this little kick up here. I just put a bit of an effort in and I'm past them too, so I'm now in 23rd place. Again, just every opportunity there is to get the super tuck, I'm doing it. And you can see by the little map, we're almost at the bottom of the climb now. So I've gone from 29th to 23rd, which I'm more than happy with. And I'm just looking to see who's ahead of us, which is Retyre'd. But I don't think I will catch them. My main thing is to keep Dunning and M. Lewis and Hickman behind me. You've got a big kick up here coming out over the escalators, which is where people can catch you from behind because you're a bit of a carrot. And then we're out over there, and now it's just the run in, 0.9 of a mile, and all I'm doing is looking at Dunning, who's 12 seconds back, and trying to match their power so they don't catch me. There's always a chance they can put a good sprint in and catch you up, but I think 12 seconds they're not going to catch me from that distance with a bit of luck. And I'm looking at 23rd place, which I'm more or less happy with, considering I did a big effort to get to the bottom of the climb, and also the added pressure that the Navy haven't tons of people who showed up, so we all the way through. So that's me there, 2.6 watts per kilo average, which for me is very high. I'd be expecting to get an FDP increase, which I did, and credit to all of our team, but mainly Andre and Rafa, who did quite well and finished ahead of me at least. I think that they got to, maybe should have checked the results where they actually got to, but they did very well, and we've done all right. And I think we finished 4th overall, so we're happy with that. I'm going to convene after some more training for the next round, which I think is in April.